Good morning, divas, icons, legends, dudes, dudettes, theys, thems, he, hims, she, hers of the interwebs. Today, on the Wave Your Flag podcast, we have a very special guest, Mykola, hailing from New York City, debuting a new single on February 20th, Plot Twist, on all major streaming platforms. Go follow Mykola at Mykola Chords on Instagram, all one word, and enjoy the episode. Welcome back, everybody. I am joined with our special guest of the week, Mykola. I want to say hi to the folks
Hello.
out
Oh,
there.
you pronounced it right, just the way it's supposed to be. Thank you. Thank
People
you so
pronounce
much for
it
having.
wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's
Yeah,
no right or wrong because it's a foreign name.
yeah.
But usually they say Mykola or Mykola, something like with a weird, like I don't know. It's just weird. But so it's whatever, but I prefer just like Mykola. Yeah.
See, I think I've seen names similar to yours before, so like I understand that it's not a
Weird.
regular pronunciation. But
Yeah.
anyways, I'm gonna start with my first question, which is what inspires you to write music?
Okay, so I think I have a few modes of songwriting. Um, I feel like the first one would be I write songs after I watch like a very sad movie or like a TV show. It needs to be something very, very tragic, dramatic, um, sometimes even like true crime shows, which is like a little disturbing, but I do need to like write something after I watch it. So I would say that is my first mode. The second one is just when I'm like really moody and like melancholic for like a few days for no reason, and then I'm kind of like, oh, let me write something, and then it just like helps me to process it. So I feel like that's my third second mode, and I do like write some like I do have my generic mode as well when I just like, okay, these are the chords and let me just write something catchy. Yeah, so like many things. Sometimes like even like in English, some like phrases or words that like, for example, we don't have like in Ukrainian or Russian. It sounds a little exotic to me, and I'm like, oh, let me write something with that word or phrase. I kind of like that too. So yeah, it really depends.
Genre-wise, how would you describe your music?
Um, well, it's definitely indie pop, alternative pop, but obviously there's so many different genres right now. I feel like they literally create them like every day. I would also say it's like synth pop because my music is mostly like synth driven, I would say. Yeah, like but the general genre would be indie pop.
Yeah, I definitely feel that about so many genres, especially like every year when you get like you're wrapped and then it's like your listening taste was Southeast German pop music and it's like
It's something like super crazy and something that doesn't even make
hyper, yeah.
sense. Yeah, somehow they still yeah, because like, it's I feel like it's not like the music industry is not as divided as it was like let's say like 50 years ago. So I feel like every genre mm, everything is like kind of like blended. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting to observe just like how it all changed as well.
If you had to get rid of one of the main music genres, which would you get rid of?
That's that's a very provocative question. Um, well, I feel like if
It can be something you just don't really listen to.
well, okay. I really don't like hard rock like music.
Hmm.
So I feel like but I have a few friends who are like obsessed with that kind of music, so I can't say it like I can't verbalize that. Yeah, but I really don't like something super heavy and like it just makes me very like overwhelmed. I feel like I get overstimulated. I think like one time, like last year, my sister and I were driving late at night in California, and for some reason she played this like really like heavy like metal like song or something, and I got so anxious and overwhelmed in the car. So I was like, okay, that's definitely not for me. So I don't like that stuff. Yeah.
And then who is your favorite artist to listen to?
Um, well, my top like three, I would say it's Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey, and Marina. Um, I would say they're like top three because I know like I've listened to like every album, I know every song.
Hmm.
Maybe not the lyrics, obviously, but I know every song, everything. But I have so many other artists that I'm like obsessed with, including male artists as well, which I'm usually skeptical about male artists. But I love Tom Odell. I love Rue Pains. It's another British artist. I like Guitarrica de la Fuente, the Spanish artist, Rosalia. Yeah, there's so many, but it's like within pop or indie pop,
Yeah.
obviously.
And would
Hmm.
any of them be your biggest inspiration as a music artist, or would you go with someone else?
No, like I feel like I think Lady Gaga, well, like when I was like a teenager or even a kid, I don't know, I was like 9 or 10 when I listened to her like first songs. I think Lady Gaga like inspired me to be like an artist, a performer, but Lana actually inspired me to start writing music.
Yeah.
So I think those two actually are my main like artists that I'm genuinely like obsessed with, even though they're different. Um, yeah, but they're very important like to me.
So you mentioned that Lana initially inspired you to start writing, but when did you start making music, and do you play any instruments?
Um, I started, so I was, when I was like 6, I was actually a dancer for many, many years. And when I was like a teenager, when I started listening to Lana, I was already like 14. I started like writing some songs, but because I didn't study music like at all, like when I was a kid, I couldn't even like write down the chords. I didn't know how to write down the music I'm like making in my
Yeah.
head. And like Garage Band and all that stuff, it wasn't even a thing yet, like back in Ukraine. I'm not sure about the US. Um, yeah, so I just started like writing down some lyrics, just like recording something just on my phone. And then I oh, my grandma, she bought me like a guitar and I started playing some guitar. Now I know some chords, but I barely play it to be honest. And I after a few years, I when I went to college, I studied music and like piano, like playing the piano was mandatory. So I do play the piano and I think that's it because I wouldn't count the guitar anymore. So yeah, I was like around like 14 when I started my music journey.
So this is the Lana fan in me, but What's your favorite Lana era?
Oh my God. I I wouldn't even say it was like an era for her, but like Blue Bannisters, I feel like it's my favorite album of hers.
Hmm.
I I just love them. And she never even like I mean maybe like a couple okay, a song or two, but it's just my favorite album. And I don't know, I feel like just back when I was like in Ukraine, she was like so exotic to me, everything was like special. So I guess like if we're talking about her eras, I feel some like early, like Born to Die or like
Okay.
Ultraviolet era, I would say. But like her album, I feel like yeah, something. When was like it 2021, 2022 or 2020? I don't remember. Like Blue Bannisters. So yeah.
Yeah. My favorite would have to be NFR, but I do love Ultraviolet, and I think that it's so slept on.
Okay, I feel like the one that you like your favorite one, I feel like it got like the most, it was like very like praised
Yeah.
by the music industry. I feel like it was like nominated on like so many times. Which is like surprising to me. I don't know why it got so much attention compared to other albums. But I love like every album, to be honest. I like everything that she makes.
So you mentioned dancing, and for those of you listening, you should watch the Always Lead to You music video. I love the dancing and choreo in that video. How long did it take you to write Always Lead to You, and how long did it take to make the music video?
Always Lead to You. I wrote it last year in July, I would say. It was just like the chords and the lyrics and the melody. And then I was just like busy with something, with traveling or whatever. Then I slowly started like the production of the song in August. And I released it in November. So I guess it's like August, September, October. Like maybe 4 months to release Always Lead to You. Um, but again, because I'm sure like when you write a song and it's like everything is ready, like the song, the cover art, you still need to like distribute the song at least like 4 weeks before the release date, like to yeah, it's just like a whole thing. So that's why it takes even
Yeah.
longer to release something. And then I feel like every artist actually struggle with because it takes so much time. You kind of like almost lose your interest um, for that song because you already listened it so many times. You just like you're in your like new era now, but you're just like releasing the song. So it's kind of like that's what I struggle with sometimes.
So you have an upcoming project that comes
Yes.
out February 20th called Plot
Yes.
Twist. Is
Yes.
there any like teaser or hint you can give people what it's about, or maybe a line of the lyrics?
Yes, let me think. Like it's actually my first release when I decided that I want to be very like quiet about it and just like do everything slow and like gradually just release it. Um, so plot twist. So so my favorite playlist on Spotify is I think it's called Sensual or something playlist. Like every time I have I play that playlist. So it's like made for you. So it's like based on on the music that you like.
Hmm.
And but the genre and the style is very like slow, like very like sensual. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like let me write a song that would like fit, something like that. So that's okay. I'm already sharing about the style. It's gonna be very like ooh very like fitting for that type of playlists. Um, yeah, and then, like yeah, my favorite line, I actually already posted like on Instagram. My favorite line is, um, "My temper's Slavic cold. It mirrors every mood." Um, because I kind of like it's about me and my husband. So I'm like talking about myself being like, emotionally reserved and guarded.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't want to like talk about it too much, but like it's about that. So I'm like putting my Eastern European like um attitude to it.
I love that. I'm excited for it. Um, it'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube for those who want to listen to it. How does your identity contribute to your art and your inspiration?
I think, well, as I mentioned, like I live like I work in New York. I like all my in New York City, and my whole life is like in New York City. So I go to like open mics and everything, and I feel like usually all the open mics they're like yes, maybe people are not like we're not born and raised here in New York City, but they're just from like another state, but they're still like I don't know white Americans or something. And I feel like I'm not trying to say that I'm super unique or anything, but I feel like I have so many different layers, um, like within my identity, because it can be, like I'm from Ukraine, I just moved to this country. So like I'm like a cultural thing, than, like I'm gay or stuff. It's like there's so many like layers to it.
Hmm.
So I was actually analyzing that, and I feel like even if I write the most like generic lines, they're still going to be a little like European influenced, or I don't know. It's always there. I don't even have to
Yeah,
like put like any effort. You know what I mean?
it's just
Um,
like subtly in there, and like
yes,
it's in the back of your head when you're writing.
yes, exactly. So I'm happy about it, but obviously you do have to like to fit in
Hmm.
at some point, right? You can't be
Yeah.
just like a weirdo. And I don't consider myself a weirdo, but I'm definitely like a little different. Yeah.
So, what is your favorite place in the city for an open mic night?
For an open mic, well, my favorite open mic is the Keepsake House open mic. It's in um it's in Brooklyn. It's in Williamsburg. They do it at Pink Frog Cafe. It's very it's my favorite. It's just like perfect for me and my personality. It's very like quiet. It's very supportive. You don't have to like I don't know to fake it. You just go there with your new song. The sound is great there. Yeah, so I'm actually going to the next one like in February. It's like once a month. So I'm obsessed with that one. I'm so grateful that I found it, that I met so many friends there. The hosts are incredible, the venue. So it's my favorite one. Yeah, Keepsake House.
I'll have to check it out.
It's amazing, and I'm actually gonna
Yeah,
a little spoiler. I'm gonna host one of the nights in the summer. So I'm really excited about that. I've hosted before. It's always very like intimate, very like it's just amazing. And there's so many like talented people that go there and just like share their music. Yeah, so like if you're ever like in the city, during the week of the open mic, you should definitely go and just like check it out. It's amazing.
And what's your favorite nightclub in the city to go to?
Um, okay, I would say my favorite one is I don't go there that often because it's like in Chelsea. I think it's Chelsea. I'm not sure. Um, the commute is a little too much for me.
Yeah.
It's the Eagle. I feel like that's where I met my husband. So I feel like it's a very special place. I love the music. It's fun. Um, yeah, I think the Eagle, but I barely go there because, as I said, like I prefer
Yeah.
like Hell's Kitchen. I the commute is easy and like there's so many places to go. Um, yeah.
I
What do
don't,
you think about the Eagle? Do you know the Eagle?
I've heard of it, but
Oh my God, you haven't been there?
I, well, I might have, but I don't know for sure. I do know there are a lot of clubs and gay bars in Chelsea, but I don't know if the Eagle's one of the ones I've stepped inside. Let's see. No, I haven't. I
Oh
have
my
not been to the
God.
Eagle. It is
Can't.
it, okay. I see why I haven't though. It's kind of by Hudson Yards, which is like it is a little bit of a nightlife desert, I feel like, in that
Okay.
area. I've because I've been to a lot of the ones in Tribeca and Hell's Kitchen,
Okay.
and I've been to $3 in Brooklyn,
I love that one.
but those are maybe more of the typical ones, I guess.
No, I get that. I get that.
But because $3, whenever there is a concert in town, has like an after party.
hmm
So usually that would be my go-to option just because like the music's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Yes.
like themed well to the artist who is performing at like MSG or Barclays, whatever. But
No, that's I love
yeah.
that place, but because it's like, a little too far from me in
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
it oh,
then
it's
commuting back, it's like,
yeah.
but I love that. I've been there like multiple times. I love that place.
Yeah, on top of the subway, it's also a hike to get to. Um, what's your most controversial opinion about music or pop culture right now?
Oh, oh my God. Okay. I don't think it's super controversial, but like it's just my obviously personal thing. Um, whether it's like indie pop, pop, whatever. So I don't like when artists promote their, for example, a new song or new album, being like, ah, it's so like personal. I put so much in this like song, this album, blah 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 blah. It's about my like boyfriend, blah blah blah. So all this like story, so you get like emotionally involved. You're like, oh wow, I wanna listen to it. And then there's gonna be like five songwriters on that song and like four like producers. And you're kind of like, okay, so if it's so like personal, why did you have to bring so many people in this like simple ballad song? So like if we're talking about like, I don't know, like Britney Spears, when just like a real like it's a freaking um like pop track dance pop like Lady Gaga or something like that, you do expect it to be like a very or like even Taylor Swift, but she's a great songwriter. But I personally I can't connect with the music like that. When you like
Yeah.
over promote it as a personal thing, and then there's so many songwriters involved. I just don't like that. I don't like that at all. But again, it's okay. You do whatever you want, right? Like there's no rules for that. But as long as it's credited. But I don't like that at all. I don't like that.
Writes
Mm-mm.
one chord of the song, like puts their name on it.
It's just
But
like,
yeah.
yeah, not my
My
thing.
since you gave yours, I'll give mine.
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
mine is that the Billboard charts are extremely mismatched to reality. That's not very controversial. Um,
Okay, tell me about it. Like what do you mean? I'm
so
curious.
I mean that like the weight that radio is given in today's age is extremely unrepresentative of what people actually are listening to. And
Okay.
I think it's also easier for some of these labels to get certain artists on radio. Radio
Okay.
used to, at least in my eyes, be like a place where artists can break through to the mainstream, and now
Uh,
it's been kind of a place to gatekeep the mainstream in terms of like Taylor Swift's always going to be played. She's amazing, but she's always going to get that radio time. Or country radio is always going to play M- Morgan Wallen.
I think
So he's gonna get these premium points on Billboard, and Taylor's gonna get these premium points on Billboard. And it's
hmm
no hate to either of these artists, but
hmm
it's just been such a way to captivate the Billboard charts, whereas streaming is still undercounted. And I think you still need like a thousand plus streams to count as one album unit on streaming. I don't know the
Okay.
exact weight,
Yeah, I don't know
but
either.
it's around that. And radio, you could have a million channels that have zero listeners, but it counts
That's
more than streaming.
that's crazy. I've never actually
Yeah.
I've never thought of it and yeah, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah. I get
Yeah.
that, but I get that about Taylor Swift, but like I'm not like the biggest fan of like Taylor Swift or anything, so I'm not gonna like, defend her or whatever. But it's just like I feel like she's in such a unique like position. She gets
Yeah.
all these like music industry like privileges, so but like we can't even like blame her because there's a
Yeah.
huge like, team behind her and they need that money.
It's not
So
her. It's definitely the system that like set it
the
up this
system,
way.
yeah,
And
it's
it's
the
like,
system, fortunately.
yeah. Like if you're already famous, it's easy to take advantage of the current system the way it is.
Um, a hundred
Yeah.
percent. And it's like it's
Yeah.
everywhere. It's like in Europe as well. So yeah, I just like the way it works.
Yeah.
So
So that's
yeah.
my opinion. They need to change these charts.
Okay, okay. I wonder who we should
Yeah.
talk to about that.
I
Who we should
know,
like
right?
email
Like
our
let's write,
complaint.
yeah, let's write a letter. So what's your favorite song that you've released so far or yet to release?
Oh, okay. The thing about like my music is that I started releasing music like in 2020 and I've released all like over like 20 songs or something. But I currently on my like platforms there's only four because I just took them down and mm, because as
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
you want to like define your image and make it
yeah, because like your first song, you kind of like you just like, okay, here's
yeah.
some chords, here's some, like as you get better in your own eyes, like maybe, yeah. So I currently have four, but I would say every time I release like a new song, that song is my favorite. And I think that's the reason why I release it because I do see some like personal like progress and growth. Um Yeah, so I would say like currently it's it's my new like plot twist song. I really enjoyed writing it. I feel like it's it's very me without like trying too hard. It's just like me being moody, melancholic, Eastern European, singing about love. I feel like that's my favorite right now.
And where can people find you online after the podcast? Where can they stream your music?
Well, I'm obviously on Instagram. Um, it's Mykola Chords, Mykola Chords. I mean, my music is I think it's everywhere. Every time I distribute it, I just select all, so it should be everywhere. So whatever you prefer, um, like including YouTube. So yeah, it should be like everywhere. My name is exotic enough, so I'm sure you can find me. But actually, it's funny. There's like a very famous Ukrainian composer. I mean, it's like he was like he died like maybe just 100 years ago, but his name is like at the top as well, like as still at the top. So Mykola as well. So it's kind of funny. Um, yeah, but it's funny. Hmm.
Well, thank you for joining the podcast today. That's all the questions that I had for you. Everyone listening, go stream his new single Plot Twist out February 20th on all platforms. Just search Mykola, Mykola on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, you name it. Thank you again for joining us. I have a couple more topics to talk to. Um, so everyone listen to those coming up. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody, to the Wave Your Flag podcast. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I have a couple more topics I want to discuss. First one's the Grammys. Um, I can't really put into words what happened at the Grammys, but I can say what the actual second topic is today, as the day of recording, Bad Bunny Super Bowl. So if you are trying to contact me between 6 and 10 p.m., I will be busy watching Bad Bunny over and over again. Um, that's it. Thank you for joining, and I hope you have an amazing week. And stream Plot Twist out February 20th on all streaming platforms by Mykola. And we have another Wave Your Flag release coming up soon. Keegan James releases his EP on the 13th, just in time for Valentine's Day. So go follow Keegan James as well. He was on not last week, but the week before, talking about all he wants. So listen to his episode as well if you haven't already. And yeah, follow on Instagram, Wave Your Flag Pod. And I look forward to all of y'all hearing the episode. Thank you.